Imagine a football team where the offense is finally starting to click and the possibilities seem endless. This was the case for the Detroit Lions on a sunny Monday morning as they prepared to face the Miami Dolphins in a series of joint practices and a preseason game. But here's where it gets interesting. The Lions' offense, which had been struggling to find its rhythm, suddenly came alive during a 2-hour practice session. As the team took to the field, it was clear that something was different. The offense was firing on all cylinders, and the defense was put to the test. But what sparked this sudden change, and can the Lions keep up the momentum? Let's dive into the details of Monday's practice and find out. The day started with individual drills, but instead of the usual one-on-one matchups between wide receivers and defensive backs, the Lions opted for condensed formations, often pitting 2 or 3 players against each other. This more realistic approach allowed the offense to work on route combinations and the defense to practice navigating traffic and passing off assignments. The results were impressive, with the offense dominating the session. Amon-Ra St. in particular, had a standout performance, handily beating Amon-Ra St not once but twice, including a deep wheel route where he left the nickel corner in the dust. Sam LaPorta also made a significant impact, clearing out space for Khalif Raymond to run freely underneath, leaving Brian Branch struggling to keep up. The only defensive win of the session came when Eric Hallett knocked down a pass intended for Ronnie Bell. As the practice progressed to red zone 7-on-7s, the offense continued to shine. The first-team offense scored at least 4 touchdowns in a row, with passes to Jahmyr Gibbs, St. Brown, and LaPorta. The highlight of the session was a beautifully feathered pass to LaPorta on a wheel route, which left Alex Anzalone grasping at air. But here's the part most people miss. The offense's success wasn't limited to the 7-on-7 drills. When the team moved on to 11-on-11 drills, the offense continued to impress, even though the plays weren't run at full speed. A simulated drive started with crossing routes to St. Brown and Raymond, gaining 23 and 17 yards, respectively. Notably, the Lions experimented with 2 running back sets, which, although unorthodox, showed promise. The drive culminated in a 33-yard field goal. The second drive, which started at the opponent's 40-yard line, ended in a touchdown, courtesy of a 30-plus-yard pass from Jared Goff to Jameson Williams, who beat Kirby Joseph for the big gain. However, the defense managed to redeem themselves in a situational drill, where they got the better of the offense. The scenario: 58 seconds left, down 3 points, starting at the 50-yard line with 2 timeouts. But defense came out on top, with Tyleik Williams forcing Goff to throw quickly, and Aiden Hutchinson nearly intercepting the pass. After a few plays, the Lions faced a 4th and 4, and instead of attempting a 62-yard field goal, they went for it. But Goff's pass to Raymond fell incomplete thanks to tight coverage from Reed. Now, let's talk about the backup quarterback battle, which is far from over. Kyle Allen seems to be tightening his grip on the job, while Hendon Hooker continues to struggle. Allen had a great red zone 7-on-7 session, hitting Craig Reynolds on a nice wheel route and finding Ronnie Bell on a quick slant. He also led a nice drive during 11-on-11 work, connecting with Shane Zylstra and Isaac Tesla. In an end-of-game scenario, Allen put the team in a position to win, but unfortunately, Jake Bates' 55-yard field goal attempt went wide left. Hooker, on the other hand, had a rough day, throwing an interception to Lawrence Strickland and struggling to find open receivers. But here's the question: can Hooker bounce back, or will Allen solidify his position as the backup quarterback? The controversy surrounding the quarterback battle is sure to continue, and we want to hear from you. Do you think Allen has done enough to secure the backup job, or can Hooker still turn things around? Share your thoughts in the comments. Other notable performances from the day included a strong showing from Jackson Meeks, who is starting to separate himself from the second and third team receivers. Tim Patrick and Dominic Lovett are still sidelined, but Meeks is making the most of his opportunities. Jake Bates had a tough day, missing 2 field goals and an extra point, but he did manage to make a few successful kicks. Lawrence Strickland was another standout, intercepting a pass and making a strong run stop in the red zone. The one-on-one OL/DL drills saw some impressive performances, including Mitchell Agude's forceful bull rush, which left Gunnar Britton struggling to keep up. Keith Cooper pulled off a textbook push-pull move to blow by Jamarco Jones, and Al-Quadin Muhammad showed off his speed with two nice moves around Dan Skipper and Giovanni Manu. The Lions also experimented with some interesting formations along the offensive line, with Giovanni Manu getting most of his work at right tackle and Dan Skipper and Taylor Decker splitting time at left tackle. As the Lions prepare to face the Dolphins, one thing is clear: the offense is starting to click, and the possibilities are endless. But what do you think? Can the Lions keep up the momentum, or will they struggle against the Dolphins? Share your thoughts, and let's get the conversation started.